Hello players, this is Ray. You're watching Ray Plays Games, and I have with you, albeit a little bit late, this was my end of year review, insofar as going through some statistics with my most played heroes of 2025. So I did this in 2024. And and here it is. I wasn't able to get it out by the end of last year, so only 2 episodes in to 2026. Let's go through this list. So what I've done before is I've gone through my least played hero up until my most played hero, and I've got a few stats here, so I'll just go through it. I'll just generally just make comments. Interested to know as well, yourselves, what has been, or who has been your main or most played hero last year, who was your least played, and was that any indication of them being a favourite or your least favourite, that sort of stuff. Anyway, let's get cracking, shall we? So, I do have Marvel Champions, most played heroes of 2025, starting with 0. Now, before I do start, I've got some stats here. So, 2024, I played a total of 652 Marvel Champions games. And in 2025, just the year gone by, a little less, 598. So, just shy of 600. I played a few more other board games, other card games in 2025, so that's probably the reason why I hadn't played Marvel Champions as much. But I don't know, still a healthy amount, I think. I might aim, let's try to get 600 in for 2026 at least, somewhere in between those two figures. So, first one, this is the hero that I did not play at all in 2025. No guesses, no surprises. It is Valkyrie. So your Valkyrie unfortunately did not make an appearance last year. I've got a small stat there in the brackets. In 2024, I played it 5 times. So, as indicated by the arrow on the left, that count has gone down since the previous year. So no plays in 2025. Had only a handful in 2024. So poor Valkyrie. I might pull her out this year. I know newer cards. Maybe it will make her a little bit more interesting for me. But I do feel there are other characters similar to her that are done better, so that may also kind of supersede her with me playing her. Okay, so the heroes that I only played once last year, which is not much at all, considering I played nearly 600 games. First one was Doctor Strange. Now multiple entries, they're all just in alphabetical order. So in 2024, I played him 7 times, a lot more. I only played him once last year. Played him once in Justice, as you can see over there, with a strike rate of 100%. So I won the game, obviously, and the overall strike rate of 100. Well, it was only the one game. So Doctor Strange. Look, I've actually I've literally got a Doctor Strange deck built in my current kind of lair that I have with all my current decks and current scenarios. So he's getting some love already in 2026. It's a bit of that, I guess, cliche of he's been seen as too powerful. So I've kind of veered away from him in that aspect. But I don't know, this year had a bit of a hankering to play him because it's been a while. And let's see if we can improve on just the one. Well, I already have. I think I've played him about 5 times already this year. So that's Dr. Strange. Next one's Drax. Drax, I only played once last year in aggression. Didn't go well. As you can see, strike rate of 0. So I lost that. And he's down from 2024. I played him 12 times in 2024. And only the once last year in 2025. So I know he's really fun in protection. Sometimes, I mean, I'm talking predominantly in solo. He's not challenging, but there's an effort to play him because of his thwart. But yeah, he certainly is fun. So looking forward to maybe playing him, maybe cracking open protection. Some really good new cards. Test him out there. And that was a Drax. Next one we have War Machine. Only once as well, which is, I don't know, surprising. I do like War Machine. As you can see, I played him in protection. I won the game, so still maintains a 100% strike rate for that year. And actually, I think War Machine's one of the few heroes that I still have not lost a game to. So I don't know whether I'm not playing hard enough scenarios or he's just really good. But yeah, he's still unbeaten. Anyway, in 2024, I played him twice, so I didn't play him that much either the year before. So I don't know. I might have to change that again because I do like him. I think he's very interesting with the whole wave of shield cards that come out in 2025. I should now be exploring him in other aspects. He was very strong in Justice, and I tried him in protection, as you can see. But yeah, maybe try him in aggression. He's very, very strong as well in aggression. But yeah, his thwart can let him down. Okay, so heroes that I played only twice in the past year. Captain Marvel. Again, she's down. 2024 played her 7 times, so only 2 times last year. Didn't do too well in aggression. I can't remember who I played. I mean, she's generally strong, so I may have tested her against some of the harder hitters. And in protection, she did well as well, of course. Ever Vigilant, very good card. And all her card draw is really good. So 50% strike rate last year, but only played her twice. She's really good. I've been shown a deck by Solo Marvel Champion, Captain Marvel deck, I think in current environment format. So I might have her in a playthrough coming up shortly as well. Try to see how she goes there, because I do like playing her as well. She's a bit more straightforward to me, but no less satisfying when you play her. Magic as well never really gets that much love, I think, from me. She's interesting enough. I can't say she's boring by any stretch. She's got some great mechanics. Strike rate of 100 there. Played her once in Justice, once in Protection. Down in plays, because in 2024 I played her 9 times instead of 2. So, yeah, again, there's just so many heroes. It's probably a case of her being lost in the mix, but she's certainly fun to play. I know she's favourite to a fair few people, so I might have to again revisit her this year. A Spider Suit. Now this surprised me as well. I'm surprised at how many players I've actually had with SPDR. I thought I'd played SPDR a lot more. I haven't actually. I played her 9 times in 2024. It's down again. In 2025, only 2 times. Twice in Leadership. I think that was with the Spider-Man 2099 ally, if I'm not mistaken. Had some fun with that. Yeah, probably have to pull her out again. I mean, she's really good. Sometimes I mean, this is a great testament, I guess, to her design. Sometimes she feels like her pistons are working for me, and she seems I don't want to say slow, but sometimes she does seem, kind of takes her a while to kind of warm up. Maybe that's had something maybe that's a reason why I haven't picked her up as often as I could. But yeah, only twice. And again, a hero I would definitely pick up more if I was given a chance. But again, just too many heroes. Okay, so heroes that I played 3 times. Only 3 times. Again, these are very small numbers. So these are the kind of not forgotten heroes, but neglected heroes, I think. So 3 times last year. Angel. Now, similar to Doctor Strange, I have an Angel deck in my lair as we speak. He's super fun. Again, similar to Doctor Strange, this might be a case of Angel. It's pretty powerful, so I just want to keep the Ferrari in the garage, so to speak. I played him a big 12 times in 2024, so only 3 times last year. So yeah, I don't know. He's very fun to play. He's got a nice little puzzle. I think it's the neglect is coming from that. Also, maybe, I mean, I do like aerial heroes. Maybe that has something to do with it. I sometimes feel that's all he can kind of lean into. I'm sure there are more. In fact, I know there are more because I built a deck with him based off a Ready for a Fight and Hidden Base. So yeah, he's a lot of fun. I've already played half a dozen games with him, so his stats should definitely increase in 2026. Spider-Ham, again, suffers from OP syndrome. Played him 3 times in the pool aspect last year, 2025. I think that was for a handed over segment. I think it was a Web Warrior Fanatics deck. Certainly very fun. I think out of all the Web Warriors, I'll probably lean into him this year a bit more because he's just a load of fun. And I'm always reminded how much fun he is. So, generating a resource every time he kind of takes damage, it's a really interesting mechanic. And I love cartoon physics because it's just, you can have a hit of 10 and he just takes 1. It's pretty funny. Strike rate 100%. I think he's another hero that I haven't lost to. I haven't lost with. And I played him only 4 times in 2024, so he is definitely neglected. I've got to rectify that, really. I've got Vision only 3 times. Now, this is interesting. I don't know why. I really do enjoy Vision. I love the form-changing heroes. So, regardless of the fact that Angel and now Vision are now ranked down here, as only 3 times being played in the past year. 66.7 strike rate. I won the game in Justice, and I played 2 games in Leadership, lost 1 and won 1. I played him 10 times the previous year. Look, he's a very good hero. I do like him. I do feel though in protection he's very much hindered because he doesn't defend, and I feel I've kind of lost an aspect with him, but I might have to try him in protection. Definitely strong in aggression and in justice and in leadership too, so I might have to give him another go, see how we go. I think we just need a bit more android love in the game. That will probably rekindle some interest in him. But yeah, he's down on plays. 10 the previous year and only 3 this past year. Alright, so heroes that are played 4 times. I know this seems long, but don't worry, the plays do increase in numbers. I haven't played, characters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. We'll get there. So 4 times, again, minuscule amount this year. Adam Warlock. I actually thought I played him more last year, but only 4 times. Strike rate of 75%, so 3 games out of the 4 I won. He's always fun to play. Like, the only reason why I don't play him more is because it's a bit of an effort to build his deck, to be honest. He's down on plays 9 plays in 2024 and only 4 this past year. Animal looks really cool. I love Soul World. I'm wondering if there's any other way to kind of play him. I've really, ever since, is it Brian? Ever since he made that Wild Shooter deck, is it the Wild Shooter or Tutor deck? That's kind of really just kind of encapsulated what Adam Warlock is about. But I don't know, let's see if we can play him a bit more. I haven't cracked him open yet this year, but you never know. He's an interesting one, very, very unique. Captain America, only 4 times. I played him 4 times in aggression, won all of them, so he comes in at 100% strike rate. He's down on plays as well. Played him 11 times the previous year and only 4 times this year. I feel with the shield, new shield cards, and I believe that's probably the 4 aggression plays I've had with him, he can be very interesting. So I've got to explore all the other aspects and all the other shield cards, but he's always fun. Captain America. Hawkeye has only got 4 as well, 4 times, and I do know the 4 times I've played all in leadership, I have played him with a shield deck, and he's super fun. Mockingbird and Slingshot as recurring allies is brilliant. But yeah, only a few. I played him already in the new year, 2026, so hopefully can play him more than 4 times. He's down on plays, played him 5 times in 2024, so again, not that much. He tends to, linger towards the bottom just because he's really squishy. Like 1 defense, 9 hit points, and poor thwarting as well. It really does, which I think is fine. I mean, Hawkeye's got no superpowers, so he's pretty much human level. Although he can hit for 3 with a bow. But yeah, probably I can't see playing more than 10 times this year, Hawkeye. Although again, with shield, anything can happen. But yeah, I think it's indicative of how I generally kind of see Hawkeye. Around 4 or 5 a year. Yeah, I doubt I'd get more than 5 maybe this year. We'll see. Spectrum. This surprised me as well because I do like Spectrum. Played her only 4 times, 75% strike rate, all in aggression last year. She's down as well. I played her 9 times in 2024. So in 2025, only 4 times. She's super interesting. I really like her form changing and the fact that you can't just willy-nilly change form. You're kind of at the whim. It's in a way similar to the restrictions on Shadowcat. But I definitely like Spectrum. I guess with more of those aerial cards that came in with Falcon, I've got to try her more. But yeah, I mean, every time I pass by her in my collection, I always wonder if I should crack her open. So yeah, I can see her doing this year probably around about the same numbers as 2024, looking at about 10 to 12. We'll see. I mean, there are a lot of really new heroes coming out this year, so that will probably take up my time as well. Okay, so 5. We are getting there. So heroes that I've only played 5 times are coming up towards almost half a dozen times in the year. Domino, this is surprising me again. I feel maybe because her games can be long. She's a really slow burn. Just, to get her pistols out, to get her set up with sharpshooter, that sort of stuff. Maybe I have to change my tact with her, see if I can increase her tempo a little bit more. Definitely with firepower, I can see that in aggression. There's no arrow on the left, as you can see, so she come in at 5 plays in 2025, exactly the same as in 2024. Strike rate of 80, played her 4 times in aggression, 1 time in justice, 4 times in aggression, 75% win rate, and I won the game in justice. Yeah, I've got to try her out in... I think I've played her mostly in protection, but I want to probably revisit her again in protection, and definitely try her more in aggression as well. Oh, maybe in all of them really. She's great. So I'm assuming there'll be a lot more plays with her. I reckon she's one of my favourite heroes to play, really. She's just so much fun. I definitely prefer her over Magic. There's an argument there that they're very similar, but I like her mechanics. I like her superpower. I like everything about it. The good luck, the bad luck, and the shootouts. It's great. Groot. Now, Groot is, I think, the first one that is coming with more plays than he did in 2024. Only 5 plays last year, which is surprising. And I think most of them would have been with Martijn in a couple of those 2-player mode games that I've played on the channel with Rocket. But Groot, I find fascinating. I heard early on that he was, his growth counters aren't good because you try to save them and then you lose them, and what's the point when you try to save them but you lose them? If you just ignore that fact and let the counters come when they do, he becomes a very fun hero to play and very powerful. Like he's very good in staying alive. I mean, those growth counters keep him alive. I don't worry too much about trying to hit the target of, we are Groot, by hitting for 10 or thwarting for 10. I find that with the aspect cards as well, they really do help him too. So, yeah, only 5 times this year with a strike rate of 60%. That's surprising. I would have thought he would have been a lot more dominant than that. But yeah, anyway, I think I can definitely play more than 5 times Groot in 2026. Only 3 times in 2024, which, previously I hadn't played him that much, so that's understandable. But he has become close to one of my favourite, if not my favourite Guardian to play. Close to. There's a surprise coming, but Groot is cool. He's fun. Storm, the OP syndrome. Storm she's a lot of fun to play, but it's so effortless for her, I find. Strike rate of 80% this year. Played her 4 times in Justice. I only dropped the 1 game and won the game in Protection. I'm just trying to figure out ways to deck build her. Like, I know there's... I've discovered in the past year you can add multiple man to her and boost his stats when she does a thunderstorm. Similar with Dust in Aggression, she does really well by powering up Dust. So there's a lot of stuff there that I want to explore. A shout out to Miasmatic, who has been working on the Storm deck and has shared some crazy stuff. I think he uses Cyclops in leadership and he gets some crazy numbers there. But Storm's good. As much as I do respect and love playing her, I can't see myself playing any more than a handful of games. She's gone up 1 play in 2025, 5 times. In 2024, I only played her 4 times. It's probably going to be about the same. Unless there are other cards that come out that really interest me and make her deck more interesting to build. Okay, number 6. We're going to 6 now. This is going in increments of 1. I'm hoping it will jump soon. So, 6 times played, which is still pretty low in the whole year, right? So I'm only playing them once every 2 months. That's pretty rare. Bishop, unlike Storm, he is a hero I'd love to play, actually. I think he's really fun, really interesting. Surprised. Only played him 6 times. Has gone down in 2024, played him 14 times. 6 times only in the past year. Played him 5 times in Aggression, 1 time in Justice. He's just really fun. I remember a game with Boom Guy on a 2-player mode. Boom Guy played him... I can't remember. I think it might have been in leadership. There's one from our Discord. I played with Grizzle. He played Bishop Justice, I know for sure, and showed the potential. He's great. He's quite powerful, but he has that vulnerability. So I can see I project in 2026 playing him about the same number of times in 2024. A good, good dozen or a dozen and a half. He's very cool. I don't know why I shied away from him last year. Maybe there's that mentality of I don't want to play them too much. I've got to give the others a go. And in doing that, you end up neglecting the heroes that you love playing. I think that's probably an interest. And this instance with Bishop. Cyclops, strange. I only played him 6 times. I played him 22 times in 2024. Only 6 times in the past year. He has a strike rate of 83.3 last year. So he won all the games in Justice and Leadership, 1 game apiece. And I played him 4 times in Aggression because all those Iceman cards. And I dropped a game there, so 75% strike rate in Aggression. He's way down from plays, although I played him already this year. I like him. I really do like him. And I know he's a favourite to a lot of people as well. So I've got to stop avoiding heroes I actually love playing. I've got to stop trying to level the playing field and just play the heroes I love. Because that's obviously what I did in 2024. I think in 2025, I can see immediately already there are at least a couple of heroes that I've neglected because in my mind, I was playing them too much. Iron Man, he's generally about this. Like, he's down 1 play. 2024, played him 7 times. Played him 6 times in the past year. It's probably about right. I only take him out every couple of months. He's so probably the same this year. So I played, he's got an 83.3% strike rate. Played him 3 times in Leadership last year, won all of them. I won 2 of the 3 games in Protection. I think I was using a repurposed deck. But yet, yes, not sure with the newer cards out of this at the time of this recording, what I can do to exploit him a bit more. Maybe energy shields, used to save, to protect himself or some of the allies. I don't know. But yeah, I don't lay too much focus on Iron Man, although he is fun to play, I've got to admit. Miles Morales. I thought I would have played him more last year. He's only coming at 6. He's won all his games. So 4 in Aggression, 1 in Justice, 1 in Protection. He comes in equal, level pegging. So in 2024, played him 6 times, and I played him again 6 times last year. It's probably going to be the same this year. I do like him, though. I really do. I guess some of the detraction is because of the stronger villains. His stuns and confuses are harder to come by. That's probably what has detracted me from playing him and pulling him out. But yeah, he's a lot of fun. I might, dare I say, probably about the same amount, maybe a bit higher. Maybe I'll get him to 10 this year. I don't know. But I don't have. Just to let you know, I don't forecast these. I don't aim to play these here certain amounts. So I'm just kind of predicting. But I reckon, yeah, probably more than 6. I don't know. Again, lost in the field of heroes. Wolverine is hugely down. So I've played him 27 times in 2024, only 6 times last year. He's got an 83.3% strike rate, all of them in Leadership. So I think I won 5 of the 6 games. I think that works out. Very cool. I always think about playing Wolvie similar to Bishop. Maybe it's like he's a lot more straightforward. So on level of satisfaction, like with mechanics, he's not up there compared to others. Like for me, like Angel, Psylocke, Domino, all those, they play really well. They're really fun. Their mechanics are really fun. Wolverine's very straightforward. If I want to just have a good time and to beat up a lot of bad people, then I'll take him out. There's also maybe a little bit of wiggle room with deck building with him, just because he's quite straightforward. So then I'd lean into aspects to try and make his deck significantly different between aspects. But yeah, massively down. Yeah, interesting. X23 is, again, as a character I don't usually take out. Again, I think she can be quite powerful. Well, she is quite powerful, although she does only boast a 66.7 strike rate here. I think a lot of the times that a very powerful hero has received a modest kind of strike rate, I've probably pitted them up against something pretty hard, just because naturally I know they can handle themselves like in standard, so I may have tried her in standard 2 and in expert, but she played I played her once in justice, won that one, and 5 times in leadership. She only won 60% of that, so 3 out of 5, dropped 2 games, but yeah, she's down on plays. I've already played her again, I think, this year. Actually, maybe I'm thinking of those leadership games I played late last year. Yeah, so I don't know. She is interesting. I might try her again, but no, I can't see reaching 14 plays. That'd probably be another half dozen for her this year, but we'll see. Depends on the cards that come out from, Wonder Man and Herc and Fear No Evil. We'll see what happens. Okay, 7. We are getting there. 7 times. So again, not that frequently played. Gamora, I thought I played her more last year than the year before. I played her 9 times in 2024, only 7 times in the past year, 2025. All of them with protection. Got a 71.4% strike rate, pretty good. She's a lot of fun. I think her and Groot for me are top billing. It's so hard actually. All the Guardians are very good. But I remember playing her last year and I was in the zone. I really did enjoy her. So that was one where I thought, I've got to play her more. So I reckon I'll be playing her, looking to play her maybe 10 times this year. We'll see. Maybe even a dozen. She's a lot of fun to play, and there's a lot of interesting things you can do with her deck with the aspect cards, so we'll just have to wait and see. There are some that are automatic includes, right? Like the hit and run or multi-talented now seem to be very useful for her, but yeah, we'll see how she goes. Hulkling came in at 7 plays towards the end of the year, so yeah, that's pretty good. Only had it Hulkling because Civil War came really late to us in Australia. I only had him in December, so played him 7 times in the 1 month, so that's pretty good. And this is usually because it's a new hero, so I'll generally play the new heroes, try to get a feel for them. So played him 7 times, 1 time in Justice, won that one. Won half of the leadership ones, so 2 out of the 4 games in leadership, and I won both of the protection ones. He's only started last year, so as you can see in 2024, no stats for him there. But Hulkling, yeah, I find him interesting. Still trying to get a handle of him. Like one of the games, I accidentally went for the upgrade that made the villains scheme instead of attack, and then I just lost to threat. So just have to really pick and choose carefully and get familiar with the cards, because I thought that card just gave me extra thwart, but I didn't realise it was kind of like a Nick Fury. Okay, another one at 7 is Jubilee. She's massively down too. I played her 38 times in 2024. That was due to my stubbornness. I was playing her, I think, expert in I can't remember. I think it was Sabretooth, or what was it? It was one of the steady villains, and I kept on losing Injustice, and I desperately wanted to make her work because I do love her. I have fond memories of her character in the comics in the 90s. So I tried and tried. So 38 times in 2024, only 7 times in the past year. Strike rate of 71.4 was a lot better. Played it twice in aggression, twice in leadership, and 3 times in protection, where I won all those games. I don't think I'll play her 38 times this year. She might be I think she'd hover between the 6 to 10 games this year, to be honest. She's fun, but there are a lot of other heroes I like to play a lot more. Spider-Woman, crazy. 7 times. I do love Spider-Woman. She is in my top 5 most played heroes of all time. So I played it 9 times in 2024 and only 7 times she's down in 2025. Strike rate is 71.7. She is fun to mix the aspects and the new cards. So I feel I might be playing a lot more Spider-Woman this year. At least a dozen, I reckon. Star-Lord is down too. I'm surprised I actually played him 10 times in 2024. I don't play him that often, although I did discover a love for him or an admiration for him, I think, in the past year. So I played him twice in Justice, 5 times in Leadership. I only dropped the 1 game in Leadership, so he's got an 85.7% strike rate. He's a bit down. I know he's a hard one. I wouldn't say he's my favourite Guardian, but he's the most interesting, and I find if I really want a challenge, I'll use him. I've just got to really get my head around more of how and when to take. I generally do know. Generally take the encounter cards. I'm very conservative and very cautious in that, so I won't haphazardly get encounter cards, but not until late game. But look, I might see how he goes in aggression with firepower. We'll see how we go. Venom is another cool. Venom is one of my faves as well. Guardians, just so well-rounded, and he's fun to play. He's a little bit more straightforward, kind of similar to Wolverine in my eyes, but he's got some great cards like Project Rebirth, can heal himself up. He's got the pistols, he's got the multi-gun. Yeah, he's fun. Like it's kind of the closest thing to the Punisher so far for me. I can't wait for there to be a Punisher hero. But yeah, Venom is cool. He's a lot of fun. Only 7 times. Played him all in protection last year. So I got an 85.7 win rate. I think I probably dropped a game. But he's down on plays. I played him 10 times in 2024. So 8, we are going step by step. I promise this breaks out soon. So these are the lower tier heroes, as in the lower play count heroes. I'm sure it just bursts at some point. 8 times Ant-Man. Again, this Ant-Man is a prime example of I love this character and I love this hero in this game so much that I won't play it because I fear that I will play him too much. He's got such fun mechanics, can be super powerful, and that's part of it as well. I want the game to be challenging, so sometimes I want to play heroes that I'm not, that aren't so well-rounded, but Ant-Man certainly is. Strike rate of 75, once in aggression, 5 times in Justice last year, and 2 times in Leadership. He's down. I played him 15 times in 2024. I reckon about 15 times this year. He's a heap of fun. Black Widow is up only by 1. She played it 8 times last year. I played it 7 times the previous year. She's got quite a low strike rate. I think I may struggle with her, similar to with Hawkeye, although she's got better defense and she's, I reckon, a better designed hero than Hawkeye. A lot of preparation cards, which there is now a slew of. So 3 times in aggression, 3 times in Justice, and 2 times in Leadership. Haven't played her in protection, but I reckon she's going to be a blast there. She'll probably linger around the 6 or 7 this year, I think. I don't crack her out that often, unless there's a new card that really does interest me with her for a build. Colossus. He has fallen from grace. He was top tier last in 2024 with 61 plays. He comes in only with 8 plays last year. All of them wins, 4 times in aggression, 4 times in Justice. I love Colossus. I think he's great. And I think that was, again, a direct response to having played him so many times the previous year, I probably just took a step back. Didn't want to play him that much, but he's always fun to play. So I don't think I'll ever get 261 this year, but maybe a good 20 odd for Colossus. Let's see if I can recalibrate my mind to not avoid him just because I like him. Hulk is gone down as well, 23 times in 2024, only 8 times this time round. I had a lot more success with him in Justice, as you can see, 7 times with a strike rate of 71.4. I played him once in Aggression, I think that was a rush. A rush deck, and that got the job done. So he's got a 75% strike rate, really good, always strong in Justice and Leadership. I want to build a protection deck for him now as well, because I've had a lot of success with protection with She-Hulk, and I think Hulk can do the same. So yeah, but he's definitely down. Yeah, I mean, there's some really fun aggression cards I want to try on him, like Savage Strike. So we'll see. I'll probably get between 10 to 15 this year with him. Not as low as last year, for sure. Nova, always neglected. I think he was the very last hero I played when I had a whole swag of heroes all the way up to, I think, Mutant Genesis. He was the last one that I ever played. He's good. He's the champion. He's alright. He's good. 7 times in Aggression. Didn't do too well. I think I was playing Enchantress. I think she kept on, scheming out. 1 time in Protection. I know he's good in Justice. I've got to build more for him. He's up. I only played him once in 2024, so he's played him 8 times. Played him 8 more times in 2025. Probably about the same this year, or it might linger about halfway. Might play him only a handful. Okay, 9 times now. Let's have a look. Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix. She's lost the love. I think this is mainly due to being scared of the Dark Phoenix, basically. But I've built now Justice decks that can mitigate drawing Shadows of the Past and Burning Hunger, so hopefully that helps. She had a strike rate of 66.7. She's up in plays. 2024, I played her 4 times, and she's 9 times in the past year. And 2025, 4 times in Aggression, 2 in Justice, and 3 times in Protection. So I started exploring all the aspects. Probably about the same this year. Probably 6 to 9 games with her. She intrigues me because she's got the psionic trait, and I reckon she can be really powerful. I want to understand her mechanics of the restrained and unleashed a bit more. I've read that you just try to unleash her as soon as you can. I've played her with restrained until I kind of manage the board and then unleash her a mid to late game. So I've just got to play her more. But yeah, she's not a top priority. 10 times I played, almost once a month. And Deadpool, he's down as well. 2024, I played him 52 times, only 10 times this time round. None in the pool aspect last year. He has a strike rate of 90% last year, which was good. 6 times in Aggression, 1 time in Leadership, 3 times in Protection. He's a lot of fun to figure out. Instead of leaning into his one trick of maximum effort and this card's on fire, if you do other things, like I think I was playing around with his weapons, obviously losing health and dying over and over again, you can do a lot with him. Deadpool, I think I'll be in the 20s this year, a couple of dozen for Deadpool. Psylocke, she's one of my favourite heroes to play. She's a nice little puzzle. I've got a deck built for her right now in Leadership. She was dead straight, so 10 times in 2024, and I played her 10 times in the past year. 4 times in Aggression, 6 times in Justice. She has, as I said, strike rate of 70%. Doing pretty well. She's very strong in Justice. I have her in Leadership now, I think, which is really good. Trying to lean into Psychic Kicker, but I like her. I think she's good. maybe I should use Children of the Atom more because, yeah, she's an X-Man. Come on, she's an X-Man. Shadowcat, 10 times. She's definitely up. I only played her twice in 2024. Surprised me because she is a lot of fun. Again, probably due to one of my favourites, so let's avoid her. But no, she's good. 7 times in Justice, 3 times in Protection. She has an 80% strike rate last year. She's super strong. I played her in Protection already this year, and she's very good, especially with some of the other cards like Cut It Both Ways and Defiance. I mixed them up. Yeah, she can do some really good things. So I think I played Hidden Base with her as well, and Ready for a Fight. There are plenty of Protection cards for her. Okay, 11 times now. We're getting there. We are slow and steady. Ghost Spider. Yeah. Good to see that I played her more times in the past year than in 2024, albeit just once. But this is about right, about the right figure. I reckon about 10 to 12 times with her a year, maybe once a month. She's a lot of fun to play in Protection. So last year, played her twice in Justice and 9 times in Leadership. And she's always fun. I love using Warning on her as well, the Interrupt, an easy way to trigger her ability, and gives you a bit more defense as well. But she's good. She's really good. Probably about the same, maybe 15 or so. Like, she's one of the better web warriors, I think. Although I did like Silk, I've got to say. I do like Silk still. Ironheart has jumped up. So 11 times. I only played her once in 2024. She's fast becoming one of my favourite champions. She's just really fun, really good. I played her once in Aggression, 8 times in Leadership, and twice in Protection. Only a 54.5 strike rate. Again, because I've heard her very powerful, I think I've pitted her up against some harder foes. But if I just play a lot of standard fare, I could really increase her stats pretty easily because she's quite powerful. A lot of fun to play. Dare I say I prefer to play her over Iron Man. She's heaps of fun. Scarlet Witch has gone down. 11 plays in 2025, 31 plays in 2024, so significantly lower. But she's in my top 10 of most played heroes of all time as well. I think she comes in at 7 or 8. Just really do like how she plays. 8 times in Aggression this time around and 3 times in Protection. I find her pretty strong in Aggression and Justice. I made a West Coast Avengers deck for her a while ago in Leadership. So yeah, I'd like to revisit all that again. With her, I don't think I'll make 31, but maybe a good dozen or so with her this year. 12 times. Oh my gosh, it is step by step. Black Panther. Yeah, he's up. Only by a couple. Played him 10 times in 2024, 12 times in the past year. I'm starting to like him more and more. I found him pretty boring. I thought he was one note with the Wakanda Forever cards, but I'm starting to see some fun in him. I do rate Shuri, I think, higher in enjoyment of playing. But I did get a 66.7 strike rate with him last year, 4 times in Aggression, 2 times in Justice, and 6 times in Protection, which he did the best at, 83.3%. Shuri is the next one, and she came in last year, so I played her, 12 times, more than Hulkling. She came in earlier than Hulkling. No stats for 2024, 83.3% win, 8 times in Aggression, she won a lot of them, 3 times in Justice and 1 time in Protection, so I started to test her out in all the aspects. I do like Shuri. I'm surprised I haven't played her more recently. I might have to get back into that as well. She's got a really fun mechanic, and she's got cards like Queen Ramonda, that really help her out, and the Elephant's Trunk. So, she's super fun. Gambit, I always find him in the middle, kind of in the middle. Well, he is kind of like a little bit lower than the middle, right? Played him 12 times in 2025. It's up because in 2024 played him 7 times only. 66.7 strike rate, 2 times in aggression, 10 times in protection. I bet that was from the stop hitting yourself. It's a fantastic card for Gambit. I do like Gambit a lot. I'm looking to play him in double digits this year, I reckon. He's a lot of fun. He's good. He is good. Iceman comes in at 12 as well. He's a little bit down in 2024. He got 16 plays, only 12 times last year. He's always fun. I do like him, and the fact that he can put upgrades on the villain and enemies is an interesting thing, similar to Cyclops and Nightcrawler and Rogue. Played him once in aggression. Surprisingly, I didn't win that game. I think I had a lot more successful time in 2024 in aggression. 10 times in justice. I think one of the decks I played was a Dr. Icelove from Boom Guy, really fun deck, and 1 time in protection. Definitely be playing him more, probably around the same, maybe 12 to 16 times this year. He's always fun. Now this is a big mover, I thought. Nebula. I didn't play her at all in 2024. I played her 12 times last year, so she's gone up. 91.7 strike rate. Played her 6 times in Justice, won all of them. 6 times in Leadership, won all of them except for 1. She's a lot more powerful and a lot more fun than I gave her credit for. Nebula was a surprise packet for me. I do like playing her. It's now really hard, like with Guardians. Actually, all of them are pretty strong. I still think maybe Groot. Yeah, maybe Groot and Gamora are still my favourite, but Nebula, she's up there with Venom, I think. I love her techniques, and had great success with it against hard scenarios too. So the likes of Thanos, expert Thanos, I think. Not Ronan or Venom Goblin, but the harder ones. A lot of expert last year, and 91.7 strike rate. That's pretty good. Nick Fury, I love Nick actually. He's really cool. Disappointing strike rate of 58.3. Only came in last year, so no stats for the prior year before that. 7 times in Justice, 2 times in Leadership, and 3 times in Protection. I lost all of them. I don't know why I was so bad in that. But I'll be continuing to play him, I reckon, about the same amount of time, maybe even more. He's one of my favourite releases, I think, of last year. Good old Nick. 13 times we are, step by step. Ooh, baby. Miss Marvel, she goes up massively. I only played her 4 times in 2024, 13 times in the previous year. Yeah, she's a lot of fun. I do like her, and she can really amp up. She can be very powerful. I love her card draw. You can build your board really quickly with her. Her upgrades are very cheap. Played her 11 times in aggression, 2 times in justice. Got a pretty poor strike rate there, 46.2. That surprises me. I must have just remembered the times I won with her, because I thought I did better there, but maybe I just gave her a spin with a lot of other scenarios. But yeah, I haven't played her that often. Probably be under 10 times I play her this year, but she's fun. She's good. Silk is 13 times. She came out last year. So no stats in 2024. Strike rate of 84.6. I do like Silk. I got to admit, I like this whole tucking thing. I played her a heap against Mutagen Formula, where the villain encounter deck is quite large. So meaning if you target that, like you can amp up a Spider Claws really easily, or Outwit. Because you'll have 3 or 4 cards tucked in there under the same encounter set. So, no, she's really fun. Get the Scoop is good as well. I've got to say, I think Ghost Spider still maybe edges her out, but I do like Silk. Having said that, I've got to play more Spider-Ham. So, I reckon she'll get a fair few plays this year. She's such an interesting character. So yeah, I will be playing more of her. Wasp goes up 6 times only in 2024. She's up to 13 times last year. Surprisingly enough, yeah, she's in my top 10 most played. She beats Ant-Man, I think, because I've been trying to learn her a bit more, but I've really come to appreciate her. I think my new punching bag is probably Jubilee, whereas I used to really not like Wasp. Now I actually really do enjoy playing her. So yeah, I don't know if I'll play her 13 times this year, but she's good. She's got a strike rate of only 53.8, 6 times in aggression, 3 times in leadership, and 4 times in protection. Okay, so now we go up to 15 times. So starting to play these heroes a lot more now, more than once a month. Falcon, interesting. I think that was because he came out. I may have played him. I find his games in solo really long. He's a slow burn. He's kind of like maybe slower than Domino, but really interesting. I initially played him with the Red Wing, kind of spamming Red Wing, which became boring very quickly. So I'm still interested in, I love, for want of a better term, a broken machine. I kind of want to make them work, so I'm going to tinker with him a bit more. 60% strike rate here, 7 in red, 1 in yellow, 7 in blue. I reckon I'm going to try and crack him. I've heard from the Chumpions guys that he's good in protection, so I might try him in that. In solo, I'm talking about. So we'll see. I always want to understand those heroes that don't seem to play that well. Rogue is up. Played her 8 times in 2024, so 15 times last year. She's really good. I mean, obviously, I think she shines more in multiplayer, but I still do love playing her in solo. 1 time in aggression, 7 times in leadership there, and 7 times in protection. I can't remember what I was trying her out with last year, but she's good. 66.7, as I said, a decent strike rate. I'll play her again, about a dozen times, hopefully this year. She's always fun. She seems to be the neglected one. She's one of the ones that I feel is neglected, so I tend to pick her up more. I've got to start playing my favourite characters more often. Okay, 16 times now. I'm getting larger scores. Is Spider-Man always a fun time? 81.3 strike rate is definitely up. I only played him 4 times in 2024. So 6 times in aggression, 1 time in justice, 3 times in leadership, and 6 times in protection. Always have a fun time with Spider-Man. And much to explore. I might try again in aggression and in protection, I'm thinking. Justice is always fun. He's always good at, and leadership, I know that. So I might try the lesser, when I say lesser, the lesser successful aspects and see how it goes. 17 times. We got Quicksilver. I love Quicksilver. Surprised I played him this many times, actually. There was a point where I played him, if I did stats for 2023, he probably was the top billing. And then I kind of went cold on him because I felt I played him too much. 2024, played him 11 times, 17 times in 2025, still pretty consistent. 4 times in aggression, 5 times in justice, 8 times in leadership. Made some really fun decks with him. Justice deck, where you use brains over brawn, and he just thwarts for 6 or 7 and attacks for 6 or 7. It's really cool. But yeah, he's good. He's a slow burn, but compared to Domino and Falcon, nowhere near as slow as that. But it is ironic that he is a slow build. 18 times. Magneto. He's shot up a lot. I only played him 6 times in 2024, so he's up to 18 times in the past year. I can see I have exhausted his leadership aspect 14 times there, and 4 times in justice. Still keen to I was actually thinking today of making him a deck in aggression, so he still holds a lot of interest for me. Also, any heroes that include resource types and getting different effects from them always interests me, because that's what I look at as well, like the ratio of physical, mental, and energy resources you have in a deck. That's always a fun part of deck building too. 77.8 strike rate is pretty good. I'll be playing him 15 times I think this year. We'll see how we go. See how these predictions, how they end up at the end of the year. Thor's a little bit down. I played him 20 times in 2024, so 18 times, about the same last year. 90. The big defining thing here was show of empathy and face the past in the Justice deck. So I played him 10 times in Justice with a 90% win rate, which is, in previous years is unheard of for Thor. Like, he's predominantly seen as an aggression hero. I played him 8 times in aggression, only won half of them, but his Justice, it was amazing. I might have to return to that deck. I made a deck because titled We Have a Loki, and it is super good, super fun with Thor. Stuff like infiltration as well helps him. So he had a 72.2% strike rate last year, which is pretty impressive, because overall he's had very modest win rates, to be fair, in solo play with me. 19, we're up to 19. We're edging towards the end here. Maria Hill, I played her. I actually surprised I played her more than Nick Fury. I actually prefer Nick over Maria, but I must have persevered with her a few times. She came in last year, so no stats for 2024. She's got a strike rate of 73.3, 9 times in aggression, which was probably the most fun I've had with her. She did only get a 55.5 strike rate there. 1 time in Justice, didn't do well, and I won all the leadership games with her. I've already played her in Protection this year. She's fun. She can become kind of samey after a while, but with 60 odd characters, 60 odd heroes, you don't play her every week. You play her, 18 times in a year, 19 times in a year, and she'll give you that difference, because she's quite unique compared to the other heroes. Probably play her a dozen times or so this year. Can't see her cracking 20. Speaking of which, this is 20 times I've played. I think we're at the end now, towards the end, because I hadn't reached the heady heights of Colossus like last year of 61 in 2024. 20 times played Rocket, which was interesting. I remember I made a concerted effort to try to improve my play with Rocket, because I had hardly played him and I'd heard all this love for him. I know the brand loves him. Strike rate of 60. I had 22 plays with him last year in 2024, and what have I got? 20 plays. So it's about the same, 20 times a year. So just over once a month, which is pretty frequent. Actually, it surprised me that he's got more than Groot, because by far I enjoy Groot by far. 1 time in aggression, 2 times in Justice. He won both of those. 15 times in leadership. I think I was playing a deck I got off. What do you call it? Testing deck test. What do you call it? There's a term for it. Where you test deck. Where you play a deck from TechNet. Is that it? I don't know. Anyway, 15 times in leadership and twice in protection. He is a lot of fun. I get a bit nervous with his low hit points, his low defense. So he's very squishy early on, similar to Star-Lord and Hawkeye. But he can be brutal once you get him built. Wow, I don't know if I'll make 20 plays with him this year. There are only a handful of Guardians, so you've only got a few to choose from. I can see probably more of Groot this year and maybe less of Rocket this year. Now we've got Tigra. This is interesting because she came in late last year, similar time to Hulkling, and as you can see, Hulkling got 7 plays. I have got 20 plays with Tigra here, so I absolutely love Tigra, which I think a lot of the community do love her. I have the same feeling. She's a minion slayer, but her mechanics are so fun with On the Hunt and powering up her amulet, that sort of stuff. So I've tried all the aspects, apart from pull. 6 times in aggression, 7 times in justice, 2 times in leadership, and 5 times in protection. 80% strike rate. She's doing well. And they're against, a lot of expert games there. So I really do love Tigra. I can see I'll play probably more. Yeah, she might get up to the 20 to 30, I think, this year. She's just really super good. I think I've only touched the surface with her. So can't wait to play more. She-Hulk gets 20 as well. I do love She-Hulk. She's gone up as well. I played her only 16 times in 2024, 20 times last year. There was an awesome, I think it's work-life balance deck from Marvel Champions. Awesome deck. So I played it 13 times in protection, 3 times in leadership, and 4 times in justice. 60% strike rate. Look, it's pretty modest, but she's a heap of fun, and I reckon her stats can be boosted a lot more with a lot more like games. I should play a lot more standard games with her just to not be stressed out and trying to win and sweating on scheme and stuff like that. But yeah, She-Hulk's good. About the same, I think, this year, 16 to 20. 21 times now. I think we're getting towards the end. Winter Soldier, 21 times. It came in only last year. Another big. He's just so powerful, very powerful, a lot more straightforward mechanics, and I think offset with Falcon, he seemed the more appealing because he was a lot more straightforward, as I said, and you got results quickly. His mechanics were good. Look, they're not flashy or puzzle-like, but you get a cybernetic arm. He can amp up his attack. He can remove threat from killing enemies. He's a heap of fun to play. So there's no surprise why he's up here with 21 games. It's 13 in aggression, 13 in aggression, 8 in justice, with a 65% win rate. I reckon it could edge up towards Tigra's soon. I'll probably play him around the same amount of times this year. He's just really fun. Sometimes he's kind of like Wolverine, and Tigra. If you just want a good time killing bad guys, then he's your man. 22 times. I think this is the second highest this time. It is Cable. So this Cable comes in at number 2, and he really surprised me. He's gone up, he's shot up. So in 2024, I've only played him 4 times. I made an effort last year to really play him, so 22 times I played him. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. 9 times in protection, 4 times in justice, and 9 times in aggression. I just wanted to lean into this player side scheme thing, and he is super powerful. Although his strike rate 68.2 probably has something to do with my deck building abilities and my play style, the way I play. But yeah, I want to actually improve on Cable. 68%. I want to actually get up to 90% win rate with him. So I'll definitely be playing him around about the same amount of time, I think, this year. I think he's a summer, right? He's a Summers, I should say that. Son of Scott and Jean. Love it. Love the techno-organic virus, all that. Which leaves me with the number 1 pick. The number 1 most played hero of 2025 for me, coming in at 28 plays, was Nightcrawler. I was completely shocked at this. I do love Nightcrawler, actually. I'm shocked and kind of not surprised at the same time. Nightcrawler has been so much fun, and he continues to be. It's kind of a very modest strike rate there, 53.6, but I think I pitted him up against some hard foes. His best aspect, protection there, 14 times, only a 42% win rate. I think I really tried to push the boundary with him and his protection, and obviously have failed. 4 times in leadership and 10 times in aggression with a good 70% strike rate there, so he's good in aggression. Anyway, yeah, Nightcrawler, surprising me. He's played him 14 times in 2024, so twice as much in 2025. I think I'll be playing him a lot more as well this year. I do really enjoy him. Similar to Iceman, I guess, but I love the character, and that goes a long way as well. I love Iceman as well, but Nightcrawler is just cool. And I think with new things like aggressive conditioning, could really amp him up, or defensive conditioning. I should play more in Justice, I think. I want to make an Excalibur deck, because I think most of the Excalibur teammates are in Justice. So watch out for that. I think probably about the same. I reckon I'll play 25 or so of him this year. But yeah, there you have it. That's how they all played. How it all played out. I've got one more slide here for you. This just shows a comparison, and I think this is telling, right? So in 2024, the top 5 most played heroes were Colossus at 61, Deadpool at 52, Jubilee at 38, Scarlet Witch at 31, and Wolverine at 27. Now, if you look at the past year, 2025, just gone, I've got 6 of them here. The top 6, because a lot of them are equal, Nightcrawler at 28, Cable 22, Winter Soldier 21, and then you have Rocket, Tigra, and She-Hulk all on 20. I think that tells me that I have been less biased with the heroes I played last year. I've tried to spread out, whether intentionally or unintentionally, I tried to spread it out a little bit more. So there are a lot of heroes with similar stats in the 20s, whereas in 2024, Colossus and Deadpool by country mile, Funnily enough, Nightcrawler, the top played in 2025, is only one above the 5th placed Wolverine on 27 plays in 2024. So, I think there's a bit more of an even spread this past year. So yeah, anyway, looking forward to what this year holds. I mean, we have Wonder Man coming. Oh my gosh, we've got so much. Wonder Man, Hercules, I cannot wait for those 2. Those are absolute comic book favourites. And speaking of which, we have Fear No Evil, so Daredevil, Echo, do we have Elektra? I can't remember. Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. It's just going to be awesome. I think with more heroes as well, you're probably going to see the stats diluted even more, because there's just more play. If I do an even spread, otherwise, if I just ignore some heroes, you'll probably see, I don't know, this year might be just a lot of the new heroes. We'll see. Interesting to see. But yeah, 2025, I should mention as well, Nightcrawler was one of the new heroes. No, he wasn't. Winter Soldier was. Winter Soldier and Tigra were new heroes, and they made it into the top tier there. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting. Let me know again what your favourite or most played heroes or least favourite heroes were, and what you project for this coming year. Will you be playing a whole heap of Hercules? Or will you be not playing any Wolverine anymore because you've got your Defenders coming out? I don't know. It'll be very interesting. But anyway, thanks for watching. This has been a long one. Jeez, I can yammer on, can't I? I'll catch you next time with the game. Until then, happy gaming. Catch you later.